Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to the Hot Patriot Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host here, the Hot Patriot, and for today's episode, we're going to do a fixed blade stream, or really just knife stream is what it is. Just got in about, I don't know, half a dozen knives or so in the past, half hour. Fucking mailman just tossed them on my cement slab at my apartment door there and just walked away. Didn't knock or anything. Or he did knock, I'm not sure. I don't think he did though. No, he didn't before. But yeah, just finished opening up the actual Amazon box with the knives in it. And I'm not going to lie, I'm actually pretty pissed about the way that the people behind the Mora knife here just put it in there with nothing. This is literally how it came packaged in the thing, was just like this. And then what's even more ridiculous is how they got the little tag back thing on the thing there, where it literally says Champion Fixed Blade, and at the bottom of it says new, expiration date 6/20/2027. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? But I gotta say that and what really bothered me about them putting nothing on this, whether it be like, and the thing is too, the last one I got, at least it had like bubble wrap around it or something, you know. Like the fact that this was just shipped just like this, and the fact that it had all kinds of like debris and shit all over the like spine / handle part here is what it is absolutely ridiculous. That being said, it actually is not a bad looking knife, except obviously for this little doodad right here that's gonna need to be like cut off somehow at some point or ripped off or something. It's like an extra little piece of rubber piece there that wasn't properly like shaved away or whatever. So I will say, having already screwed with this a little bit, there's a little bit of the edge there, but not much. You definitely have to take this underneath a sharpener at some point in the near future and just sharpen it up. I do like the feel of this though, comparing to the other Mora knife that I have. This does feel better in my hand. This feels more like the Jorgensen one I reviewed last week. So I do like this blade already, just for that reason, just for the way that the handle is. It fits my hand better, a lot better actually. So it actually does a nice little like pop in there and stuff. So it does feel nice in the hand. But yeah, like I said, this definitely feels like it's going to need to have to be sharpened up quite a bit actually, because when I was trying to slice through some paper earlier with it, it really did not want to slice except like one particular like way that it was sitting on the paper. So I think it definitely needs to be, both sides need to be sharpened up pretty good then. Moving on to the other knives of today. This apparently is a little 6-pack of knives in this one. So I assume that you're going to be the size of basically razor blades, would be my assumption, but who knows. So let's go ahead and try to open this up if I can. Trying to see which way is better here. I don't really want to break the box, is the thing. So if I can get like one side or the other of this to like kind of pop loose a little bit if I can. Yeah, I'm not going to fool with that bit in a second. Get too tough to do anything with it. So we'll go to the next one then, which is the Funbro knife. It's like what, an EDC pocket knife, and this is actually how these things should be shipped, by the way, something like this. So obviously, unlike the Swedish Mora knife, this one actually is made in China. I believe this is supposed to be like 50/51, or no, I'm sorry, it's like 70. It was labeled as. So that's really slim. I didn't think it was going to be quite that slim, actually. opening there. Cool. Throw that away real quick. So the one thing that's nice about this little profile knife here is that it does have a glass punch right here at the end of it, which is why it might become a new EDC for me at some point in the near future. Also got a nice little pocket clip right there. So this is the liner lock, obviously, and there's your little pop this out here. Yeah, it's a small blade. Right on the naked eye, it looks like it has some kind of an edge to it, but let's go ahead and test this edge. It's one of the gift slices of paper I got here. See if this actually has an edge to it or not. Yeah, it's looking similar to the other one. There's a teeny bit of an edge there for sure, but it looks like it's gonna need pretty good. Try this again now. Yeah, it's got some. Yeah, you can tell just from that cut though. It's definitely has just like a minimal edge. Yeah, that's definitely not good. I'm going to sharpen the shit out of this one before I use it. Then I do like the profile of that blade though. That Tonto look compared to the well, okay, so this is $10 right here. This is the $5 Ozark Trail I bought last November, which has a slightly. So comparing in size, obviously, one is much longer than the other, but this actually has a thicker Tonto than this guy does. My internet's dipping right now because it is storming out right now. So. Yeah, I do like the fact this has a glass brick compared to the one that does not, obviously. So, and I could easily see this being a better profile in the pocket too, for that matter. Just for that reason. Like I said, I'm definitely going to have to sharpen up that. I would definitely have to sharpen up the edge on this though, because it definitely does not feel like it is. Like just trying to cut through that paper, it definitely was not that sharp at all. Yeah, I can basically not even feel any sharpness at all with that right now, just touching with my bare thumb. It does feel good in the hand though. Yeah, I can see using that for various things. Like I said, got your little liner lock right there, and I'll tell you what, like this thing, it does not move, man. So for $10, like that is not a bad deal at all. And you got your little glass brick at the back where you can just, smash something with it or whatever. Need to bust a child out of a hot car or something like that this summer. Because unfortunately, a bunch of dumbasses love to put their kids in hot cars. Stick that back in there for the time being. I'm going to try to go back to these little ones again and see if I can't pop this open real quick. Yeah, there we go. Finally got it. Oh, okay, so there's like multiple packs in there. It's like little cigarette packs or something in there. So apparently there's going to be 2 different knives in each one of these little packs here. Wow, these really are small. Good Lord, man. Yeah, this thing really teeny right there. What did I pay for these again? I think I want to say it was around 11 maybe for them. Let me go grab my Amazon up real quick and I'll tell you exactly how much these cost. Okay, so for this 6-pack, it was $11. For that Funko blade I just opened, That was 10. And then the Mora knife right now is going for 16, which I think I paid like 13 or 14 for that, I want to say. So that's definitely got up in price. So. Yeah, I got 2 more knives and our sharpener to open after this then. I'll put one of these back in here just because I won't be able to open both of these right now. Oh, apparently they just fall out, I guess. Very cool. I'll just stick the other one back in there then with the new case. Yeah, my internet's dipping like crazy because of these storms right now. Alright, let's check out how this little guy is. So first off, got our little pocket clip right there that pop down into a keychain. And then I'm not seeing any way to unfold this except literally grabbing it and just like pulling it open. This isn't a bad little knife. I think this is like a 2.1 inch fixed blade, I believe. Or, sorry, not fixed blade. I believe it's a 2.1 inch locking blade. And then, yeah, of course, it'll go either way then. I'm gonna immediately test the what you call it of all these pieces of paper just to see how which one edge they have on them at all. So yeah, it's kind of not great. Yeah, that was not bad compared to some of the previous ones right now. Yeah, it's definitely got a decent edge on it, man. Which is surprising compared to some of these other ones so far. So, yeah, I could definitely see that being a nice little, like, scalpel carry, basically, is what I call it. And let's go to our next one here, which is the Duratech 6-inch EDC fixed blade neck knife with sheath. And, of course, has a bunch of what looks like Chinese writing on it there, which I'm actually going to use the previous knife to cut the what you call it on this current knife. This is kind of hard to open those with these. I will say that for those little teeny knives. Yeah, it's kind of. I almost would just have like a little switch right here or something to pop it open because it definitely needs it. Yeah, let's see. This is made. Oh, it actually tells you right here. It was made in Juhanian Road, Jubai Town, Hangzhou, China. Back. So. Some say that the sheath on it does not fit proper. That is out. Like I say, this is a lot smaller than it would be. Jesus, it's like not one even come out of the damn sheath there. Man, that is fucking teeny. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be much bigger than that. Honestly, it needs to be a lot bigger. That handle needs to be at least like twice that size for somebody like me. Cause I can barely get 3 fingers on this thing, dude. Yeah, it's not. I could easily cut myself with this too. I do like the design though, but like I said, I thought it was going to be much bigger, and I thought it was going to be. I thought I just saw somebody outside. Yeah, I don't know how to use this as a neck knife for that matter. This almost seems like it's for a kid's hand, if I'm being honest. Let me check versus the paper though here. See how it fares. Yeah, it's pretty good. Paper's not the greatest, obviously. Yeah, it definitely does pretty good. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, I can cut paper, that's for sure, compared to some of the other ones. The only thing I would say about this one is it definitely needs to have like a thumb press or something right here. Be able to get it out easier. I mean, it's coming out a little bit easier now, but you can always see like the wiggle room on that. Yeah, I could definitely see if you have it on your neck like this, it could easily like fall out of it or whatever then. That's why I'd almost take the paracord here, unwrap it a teeny little bit or something like that, put it out, and then put a couple pieces through the knife sheath is what it is there. So if it does fall out, it'll just simply stay attached to you as it does then. So, I think that one was around 10. I could be wrong. Let me check that real quick. No, I'm sorry, that was 13 for that. And I will say, if you actually look at the picture on this, because I'm going to pull it up right now. Yeah, the picture for that looks like a much bigger knife, dude, compared to what is in my hand right here. That looks teeny by comparison. So that is almost to me that's almost deceptive sales practices and stuff like that. Especially when you're labeling it as a 6-inch knife with 3-inch blade on. You think it says 6 inches, honestly. I'm trying to think what would be 6 inches right now. Yeah, I'm not testing this versus this even. Yeah, like the other one, like closed, is like almost bigger than this damn thing. And I'm pretty sure that this Tonto was like at least 6 inches, maybe 7. But yeah, the fact that it's like, let me go ahead and pop that real quick. Yeah, there's no fucking way this thing is 6 inches. Maybe 5 at most. If even that. Probably closer to 4 would be my guess. So, yeah, because my finger is about 3 inches or so, give or take. No, I guess, well, yeah, probably about 5-ish or so, give or take. Maybe 5.5. It's definitely not 6, though, for sure. Like I said, that definitely needs to be much longer, too. That's disappointing for the price. I would not recommend getting this if I was going to talk about knife stuff right now to anybody. Especially not for a $13 knife like that. If this was under 10, I could recommend it, but not at 13. Like, I will not give that credence at 13 just because of the size of it. It's definitely deceptive the way that they show it in the picture compared to what you're actually getting. Here's what it is. So. Try to stick this back in the box here without messing it up. Yeah, I'm extremely disappointed by that, though. I would say that's the most disappointing one of all today right now so far. With the exception of, obviously, like I said, the Moira knife not even bothering to ship with a fucking anything on it. It was just this in a box, basically. You just toss it in a box. Sorry, the internet's going on again. Alright, and then finally, we got the last fixed blade, which is also a made in China, which is a AOS ILEY velocity. How do you say you pronounce it? Pull up the thing for this right now. Okay, this one was $10, so we'll see how this compares. Quick screen share here. So that's what it's supposed to look like. I gotta say, this does seem already like it is going to be a little bit bigger. So. Yeah, these little guys do work pretty well, actually. Alright, let's see how this thing actually does look by comparison. Oh, that's actually not bad looking. It looks like it was as it was described, pretty much. I got a little fish part right there. It's like there's some kind of oil or something all over it. You can tell here. Oil this thing. Almost like a factory lubed or something. That's weird. It's really strange. It's the first time I've ever had oil on a knife of any kind. Or lubricant, or whatever the hell it was. That's pretty big now. It's decent size, probably chopper. Go ahead and test this out compared to the little Amazon paper thing. See if it even has an edge to it or not. That does not bode well. Wait, there you go. Yeah, it definitely has an edge to it. So, yeah, that cut right through that like it wasn't even nothing. This does feel pretty good in my hand, weight-wise, too. Yeah, I can see going out and doing some, like chopping some small sticks and stuff for a fire with this thing. We'll be doing a little bit of various bush crafting things. I will say this does actually, compared to price, this does actually do what needs to be done there. Compared to the Dura knife or Duratech knife, yeah, this is way better than that one. So, I think these are all some kind of stainless steel, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe. They're somewhere between, like, let me check. What was this one even? Yeah, this last one is, let's see if I can find it here. Let's get the screen share here. I should say it in the pictures here. Yeah, there we go. 5CR 15 MOV stainless steel, 50 to 56 HRC. Now, I know for a fact when I was looking into it the other day, I think it's like between like 55 and 60 is what you want because that will retain an edge pretty good. I know the other ones are like, I think it's like 0.7% carbon or something in them, or something. Like I know they're all stainless steel, is what it is, so they're not quite as good. But yeah, this actually is a pretty nice little sheet this comes with, and I could definitely see you putting this on a belt of some kind. Obviously, leaving it through a belt is what you'd have to do because this doesn't have a way to like pop this off or anything like that. So, yeah, not a bad knife though, compared to the other ones. Although I will say, even with just coming as it did with the Mora knife here, sorry man, it's the storms. Yeah, I will say with the Mora knife, I do like this one in my hand the most, I think, just because I can get like a good grip on it. It doesn't hurt my arthritis is what it is there. So, and this was also the most expensive one too, for that matter. I think this was roughly around 14 or 15 when I bought it. Now it's like 16 something. And I believe it normally retails for like 22 or something, or 23 maybe. So I would say the most disappointed of all of them would have to be that Duratech knife for over 13 right now. Everything else seems to be okay quality. And then finally, the last thing is the actual knife sharpener that we got today. I think this was 12. So, yeah, cool. So you got a 400 side on this side, and then a 600 side on the other side. So, kind of wish this locked together better. And I guess there's a little bit of a thing there to try to get it to lock together anyway. Except if you just want to pop out though. Yeah, it's not wanting to stay together. I mean, I guess technically if you're holding it while you're sharpening, like it probably will stay together. So it's not bad for 12 bucks. I don't know. Like I said, I'm very disappointed with the Duratech because the size does not match the description at all, man. That thing is teeny by comparison for a neck knife. I mean, that might be what you want for a neck knife, but I don't know. Like, I don't trust it, man. I don't trust it. I would much rather have one of these other knives. So, very, very disappointed in that one. Because for me, like, there is a big deal, you know, when you're talking about price and stuff like that. Because, like truthfully speaking, you shouldn't have to pay like $70 to $100 for a decent knife anymore. Like people should be wanting to make quality knives for cheaper, is what it is. But the fact that this one is like, it definitely did not match up to the description. So maybe I'm wrong if I actually took a ruler out. Maybe it is exactly 6 inches or something like that. But I don't know. It just seems like way, way too short for what it actually is. But yeah, I would say, truthfully, the best one of the day was basically your no-name brand, big old chopper. So for $10, and then obviously secondarily it would be the Mora knife, just because the handle is perfect in my hand. So, and then as soon as it gets sharpened up, though, I will be trying out a little Fun Bro EDC here. So I'll do that sharpener here probably later tonight or tomorrow, and then test that out a little bit more against like paper and stuff like that after the fact, and see if I can get it razor sharp and just shave off some of the arm hair I got going on right now. Because that's the one thing I do like to do, is if I'm testing stuff like this, I like to do sharpness test that way. Get it done. And see if it actually can, like, you know, slice off some of my arm hair or not. And if it can, then yeah, definitely it's razor sharp for sure. For those interested, by the way, this sharpener is considered a diamond sharpener. So, and I believe that this was 12 when I bought it the other day. I think it still is. Confirm on that one though. Yeah, it's $12 for that. So, I think I still have to have 1,000 subs is what it is, which I don't think I have yet. So. Yeah, I'll test that sharpener a little bit here and see about what you call running on it. And I will go over the sharpener real quick before we leave here. So this was the actual sharpener I bought here, and the 4600 grit on there. 400 is the coarse one for sharpening, and then the 600 is for fine tuning. Fine honing, I should say. So that would be what you'd want to use, the 600 for that razor sharp edge. But anyway, as it says here, you can do kitchen knives, metal knives, ceramics, scissors, outside knives, garden knives, and agricultural knives. So, yeah, seems like it's a little bit of everything on that sharpener then, which is cool. But, yeah, I will say, though, for the money, overall, the one that I am most surprised by is this little pack of 6 knives that cost me $11, because the sharpness on this, compared to some of the other ones, with the exception of, what's this called? This Anzali or whatever it's called, which I think was the sharpest of all of them. This was the second sharpest knife, I believe, in that whole pack. So, and that says something. But anyway, that's about it for today. I got some stuff I got to do, and I'm going to probably take a nap here not long from now because I am exhausted, and it's intermediately raining right now, so it is what it is. I'll be back probably Friday for Freedom Friday again. I was going to do one last week, and I just completely blanked on the time, the day, and stuff like that. My mind just wasn't into it, is what it was. So, but yeah, we'll talk about a bunch of different topics there, including why just because you vote doesn't mean you should be selected for jury duty, and why jury duty should be selected by specifically the DMV. So, anyway. But yeah, until later, I will see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, stay vigilant, always be carrying. Always have some kind of EDC knife on you because you never know if you're going to need something that's going to need to be cut. You know, whether it be you stepping into like a lasso trap or something like that in the middle of the woods and need to cut yourself down, or whether it be you having to, you know, cut up a little bit of kindling to make a fire or whatever the case be. Or it might just be that you need to cut a box open for that matter. So, yeah, you should always be carrying some kind of knife is what it is. But, yeah, other than that, that's about where we're for today. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe. Later.